All right, so now we talked about a couple different styles in the tournament. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to look at what happened in the 90 kilos and kind of
Good.
wonder what your thoughts about because like I was really impressed by in your weight class of Trappel from Germany.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's he's a silver medalist in the Olympics.
Uh.
He's
Okay.
he's placed at several Grand Prix, and I mean he's been doing really really well in the past few years. Um, so he did a great he had a great tournament. I mean he beat I believe three out of the four Japanese in the tournament.
Right.
So I mean that's a great day
Yeah. Great
already.
day. I mean, and even though you had like Matthew Baker, gold medalist, he kind of had a hard day. You know, I guess you can't always be on the top. So it's kind of interesting to see. But I guess you're saying Trappel isn't coming out of nowhere. He's obviously accomplished, but it's always
Yeah.
impressive when you see them beat the Japanese.
Yeah. Well, he beat two out of the four. He fought three Japanese in one day though.
Right. And Trappel and
Yeah, that fight with Baker was so quick to
oh, the armbar.
yeah, that's the Juji Gatame. It was incredibly fast.
Right, that was pretty sick. Um, but you would think, I don't know. So was he gets over grip?
Yeah, so again, he gets that crossover grip and then becomes super heavy.
And
Oh wow. I hadn't seen some of these throws yet just because
okay, so they're
I
both
was in
seeing
the
it.
back.
What was
I
it,
was either
Baker?
in the back or in the tunnel or
Oh, okay, and so Bakari. Wait, I forgot who armbarred Baker. Was it Bakari? This is who we just watched, right? With the big
no,
overhead throws.
Trapal is the one that armbarred Baker.
Oh, triple armbarred Baker.
Yes.
Oh, right.
And then Bakari, this is the bronze medal match. I did watch this one.
Oh, okay, yeah, here. No score there, but that was still
Yeah.
impressive.
I mean Baker coming back after, a few years of maybe not participating or doing like one or two events a year. I mean, a third or like fighting for third is great. It's a great result.
Hmm. He looks a lot smaller, or is Bakari just huge?
Uh but Bakari's fairly tall.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He's
and
about
Guac.
he's about 6 feet. I did watch this one. I was right above on the right.
You said your opponent was Korean. Is it this guy, Guac?
Yeah, Guak Donghan.
Okay.
Yeah, he was, I believe, 2015 or 16 world champion.
Oh, now he's facing Bakari.
Yeah, yeah. There's the
Oh, so he's
Uchima.
got Uchimata too, He's not a one-trick pony, but he definitely
Yeah,
does it from a similar position.
yeah. It's all from that same position. That's what people try to avoid with him. But I mean, that's his position, and that's what he trains to get.
Well, don't they call that the Georgian grip? Oh, well, that was actually over the head. I thought the Georgian grip was over the head on the far
Well,
side.
typically would be this if he was standing in front.
Okay.
And the thing is here, you he can either go for the Uchimata or he can go for like Sumigaeshi from
Okay.
that position.
So he can bring the knee up in the groin and fall backwards,
Exactly.
or he could like turn and kick.
Exactly, yeah.
I
So
see.
I mean, people are usually cautious for those two whenever they're in that position.
So I saw some other interesting things though in other weight classes because now, right, reverse sale is illegal, right?
Correct.
But I swear, the 17-year-old that everybody was talking about, Miyaki, I swear I thought she did reverse sale,
Um,
but
so there's like a very gray area
okay.
on what reverse Sayo has been, I guess. That's the best way to describe it because you can you can go for a morote and go forward and go and follow the same trajectory as a morote would.
Mm-hmm.
However, if the person slips to the back and goes down, that's a reverse Sayo or the Korean Seonage.
Right. So the sale, like, because the Koreans were good at, they wouldn't even grab an arm, right? They would just wrap up the lapel.
Right.
And is that illegal?
So
I guess you just explained it, but I was
yeah,
thinking,
so yes and no. Because so if I go here, it has to follow the same trajectory as the Morote would.
oh, I see.
Whereas if I go here, the reverse sail typically goes over and then they go from top to down.
I see. So why do you think they made that throw illegal?
Honestly, it's because I think it is because of the wrists. Because whenever you have a grip and someone goes for the reverse sail, your grip just like your wrist just gets caught in the gi, and there is no way to get it out. Like if it's caught, you're probably gonna either sprain it or break it or something along those lines.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was because of head injuries or something because with that throw, it's like really hard to predict like which way you're gonna fall.
It could be.
Could
It
be.
really could be. But from what I've experienced before, I think it could be the wrist. It could be the head. You know, there's a few explanations on why.
Okay. Because like on this one, this reverse Saoi, there was like some serious like head contact. Like, oh, can't have the sound. They'll find me.
Mm. So
Like,
she actually has a sleeve if you pay attention very closely.
yeah, it was like she came in from the arm on the other side. But yeah, it's she kind of has it and she kind of
She
doesn't.
so she does have the sleeve here. It's a very nice throw. But yes, that she definitely has the sleeve on that, and you can see it in this next part.
So I was thinking that like they did that for either for head injury, but either that is because they just don't like Koreans because Koreans. But the Japanese are doing it too, so maybe I was wrong. Because it
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
like that
it-
that arm can definitely hyperextend a lot too.
yeah, and really what they're looking for is not necessarily like head contact on the ground. Like this head contact is not really what they're trying to avoid. They're mainly trying to avoid like spiking type of contact where your head is going straight down into the ground without any turn on it. Because there's no if you go down, you know, your head just
Okay.
there's no movement on it. They're trying to avoid that type of contact.
Well, that and the decision with head diving, right? And I think they actually gave a Japanese competitor for the head dive too. A
Yeah,
lot
well,
with
I
the
mean,
doing the
in the last few
Ushikata.
tournaments, a few people have gotten for head diving. One of them being Lasha Bikari.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
So it's not just one country particularly that's doing it. It's like
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, they're catching everybody with it.
Uh, so what about though head diving for defense? Not I don't know if you would call it head diving, but like when you plant your head to not get thrown. Is that Hanso
I believe
Kumake
they're
too?
calling. Yeah, I believe they're calling that Hansa Kumake, or sometimes they'll just call it a straight ippon.
Okay, they'll give it to
Kind of
you.
like arching, kind of like arching or defending the throw.
Okay. I think that's been that way for a while with the I think just recently where they've really been getting strict on head diving, right?
Yeah, I think they've been cracking down on it for sure. And I think, I mean, it does make the sport a little safer, but it definitely makes it, to where everybody has to watch out for it.
Oh, I guess this is the next weight class up, but uh
Aaron Wolf.
Pirelli was really impressive.
Yeah, Pirelli, I mean, had the best tournament.
Right. I mean, he made this is such a great idea with Aaron Wolf. I don't know if Aaron Wolf was actually coming back off of a kind of a hiatus too, right? Even though he's a gold medalist. But the way he constantly uses the soda to like just toss him down every time, like he really Aaron was having a really hard time getting a good grip.
I mean, and the 100 kilo players just have so much power that it. But yeah, this is one of the matches I didn't get to watch. I was
Oh, you didn't get to see it? You
no,
see
I
it
didn't.
now?
I didn't get to see this match because I was helping some of my teammates warm up,
Oh, okay.
or I was with my teammates at the time. Part of the tournament I didn't get to watch, or I was busy doing something else.
But yeah, maybe it's because he's heavyweight. So I always have trouble. I could only try Sode maybe once or twice, but and then people figure it out. But he could just do it over and over again.
I mean, sometimes you just have to drill something so many times to where it becomes just like a very natural motion for you.
Yeah. Well, I'd definitely like to add this to the repertoire because it's like go for it. Like as he's reaching, that seems great. Every time he reaches, it's Sode. Sode coming out every time, all day. Man, that time might have been a hyperextension though.
So that's the other thing that people we're starting to have to watch out for, because during I believe the World Championships, anytime your arm falls down and then the other person lands on top of it, even if it's by accident, it's Hanzo Kumake.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So
So
here, so you
so
fall down.
yeah, so if you keep playing the video a little bit longer. There. So had Pirelli fallen a little bit on his elbow, it
Oh, okay.
like keep pulling the arm and then falling a little bit on his elbow.
Like, cause Wolf's hand is planted, and then his weight comes on top of that arm.
Yeah, so had Pirelli done that, I mean, he could have gotten like a Hansa Kumake. So that's one of the things they're starting to call now more often than they used to.
We're starting to crack down on that,
Yeah.
huh? Well, I even saw some people like they were trying to sell it, like so they could
Yeah.
just get in the next round, which I think is terrible. But I guess if it's that's your life's work. But
I mean, there's
not
just
this
so
tournament,
many,
but other ones, yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's just so many things that go through your head whenever you're in there that, you know, it's just it's just whatever in the moment you're thinking, that's what you're gonna do. Like you don't really have much time to think your actions sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not saying I've done it before. I've definitely like I have
No, no,
not.
I'm not hating. You gotta win.
I definitely haven't. I have not done that before. But like I can understand why people do,
Right.
especially when you got such a tough match in front of you. You got someone like that has a big name. Big competitor. At that point, you like You're willing to do everything it takes to win, whatever that means.
Okay, so you might need to like save energy, even though maybe you know, oh, I could probably win this match, but I got this guy in front of me. So if he gets Hansoku Maked, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
or you got guys that you never thought you would be able to beat, or you've been struggling to beat for such a long time that at some point you're just like, you know what, whatever it takes, like screw it.
win by Shido, Hansoku Make, go for it,
Yeah, I
huh?
mean, a win is a win.
A win's a win. Yeah. Well, it's so amazing though. I mean, even to see like Olympic medalists, and they still gotta, get their rounds in. They still gotta win every match. Nothing's guaranteed.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a win's a win. However that happens, it doesn't matter.
Let me see. Oh, that's a nice sailway there. I think these were the heavyweights.
No, I believe that was a
Oh, this is still
100
100,
kilos. So,
100 per early.
yeah, yeah. This is a gold medal contest,
Oh, okay, between Pearly and, cause like
and
it
Ida,
was like
yeah.
what, 14, 15 Japanese gold medals or something. One Korean gold.
So there was two golds that were non-Japanese, I believe.
Let's see here.
Yeah, so yeah, only two golds that were non-Japanese players.
And that was Korea and
Korea
Pirelli,
and
right?
Italy.
Italy
Italy. Yeah.
and Italy.
And then silver. So they took a medal in every weight class. Some weight classes doubled or tripled. Um because there's 14 weight classes and they took 39 medals.
So is this usually the case, or you think it had a factor because it's in Japan? 'Cause I know Japan are dominant, but
So because it's in Japan, um the host country, instead of allowing two players per weight class, are allowed four players per weight class.
uh,
So this is one of the harder tournaments because you have four Japanese in every weight class.
oh, I see.
So the tougher tournaments are the ones where you get countries like Georgia that get to put four players in each weight class, like the Tbilisi Grand Prix, I believe it's a Grand Prix.
Uh-huh.
um you get four Georgians in one weight class. It becomes a pretty hard tournament just with the four Georgians in it.
Uh,
And then you go to tournaments like Tokyo, you get four Japanese in every single weight class.
oh, okay. Wow.
You see 60, you know,
Oh,
you got
this must have
two,
been the one gold, the one Korean gold.
yeah,
Uh,
and then you got two Japanese in the podium.
yeah, silver and bronze, and that's like the exception. Everything else is Japanese, France.
And then you got this on the 73, you got three Japanese medals. 81s, you got three Japanese medals. 90s, you got two. In hundreds, you got three Japanese medals. You got second, and then you got two thirds. And then in over hundreds, you got again three Japanese medals.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it is because they're good, but it's also because they could put more. But actually, it's better that way, right? It's a good experience for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you get more likely than not, if you advance around, you're probably gonna get a Japanese or even get them in the first round.
Wow.
And then
So,
first
go ahead.
podium of the first podium of women, it's all Japanese players.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
is so is the third.
Australia.
No, but the 48 kilo for women, it's all 40. It's all Japanese women.
48 kilo. Yep. There's no other nothing else going on there.
And
No.
the same goes for 57 and 63.
Mm-hmm. I never seen a Mongolian woman compete yet. I wonder if
Oh,
I
they
wonder,
have a pretty strong team.
I would imagine. I just haven't seen it. But you know, you don't necessarily those big lifting, arching throws for the women, but I wonder if
It women's judo is a little bit different.
mm-hmm.
Uh, just because um, even though I mean they're still strong, they're still there's a different style that comes along with the women's judo.
Uh-huh. They're strong in different ways, huh?
Yeah, and I mean they're a little bit more flexible than the men, so some techniques they can definitely like have better they can have better technique and things like uchimata or haraigoshi or there's different aspects of women's judo. To be honest, I'm not the best person to ask about that, but that's just because I compete in the men's divisions, and I try to like even just watch my division and not deviate too much.
Right, right. Right, I see. But I mean, it is some ways it's more interesting with women because especially with bigger guys, once they make a grip, it's kind of set. But like women are like there's a lot more gripping it seems.
Yeah, and I don't women's judo is a lot more aggressive, I would say, than men's judo. They everything is a lot harder.
Like
I don't know
constant
why, but
attacks.
it's definitely like you see more aggression when they're going at it with each other than you do with the men. I'm not saying the men are like they're soft or anything like that, but women's judo, like when they're sweeping, like that leg is coming hard and it's coming fast.
Mm, I see. Well, this might be an example of it being more flexible here. Like I think she's actually going for a pin. I think this is Japanese versus Japanese. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of really good Newaza actually in the women's division. Actually, I'm really impressed by the women's actual Newaza, more
Yeah,
actually than
we
their
have really good
throws,
Newaza.
right? Even more than the guys. Um,
I think they even work it a little bit more than the guys. I'm not saying in training, I'm just saying like in general, like in competition, they look for it a little bit more than the guys do.
oh, okay. Like yeah, so she gets in, wraps that Udegarami. And so this is kind of a dangerous area, right? Because I think if you pull the arm up, you could get disqualified. Because I think the arm bar has to, or not the arm bar, but the shoulder lock has to be a certain direction. But
But
she's trying to
it's not
turn
really
her.
she's not really looking for the shoulder lock. She's looking more for the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. She's just trying to get her flat. She's not, but if she pulled the arm up this way, I think that would get a disqualification. But now she's in Osaikomi, I think.
Yeah, and I mean with the arm behind your back, it's
Oh, this is the one Korean gold here.
hmm
And that was that reverse Seoi?
no, that was Sode. He comes in double sleeves.
Oh, he has both sleeves.
hmm
Oh. So you were saying though, like as far as the Koreans, their judo is probably the most similar to Japanese judo?
If anything is similar, I would say the Koreans have more similar style to the Japanese than anybody else. However, the Koreans do a lot of drops, you know, uh drop seo, drop morote, sode, um, you
Mm-hmm.
know, they have a lot of that in their game. So
I see.
a lot of seotoshi as well.
So Toshi. So your first opponent was Korean, Guak,
Hmm.
and what did he do?
So he caught me with he did Morote on the left side. He did one, and then I blocked it. I got out of it, and then I didn't expect the second one, and he came in and got me with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, it was I I think I performed well. Um, just got to go back home, you know, evaluate everything and see where what I need to fix. Um,
Well,
but
how many international competitions have you been at?
man, I've been to quite a few.
Oh, okay.
So it it's not necessarily um like lack of competition. I think it's just experience that I need more of,
That's a
more
bit.
exposure to. Well, it's more exposure to players like that,
Mm-hmm.
players that are at the top of the game or that have been at the top of the game.
It's a big stage, man. It's awesome just to be there, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it was my first. It was my first time in Japan. Period. As a judo player, coming to Japan is probably, every judo player's dream.
What other countries have you been to?
Um, I've been to several countries in Europe, several countries in like Latin America,
Okay.
Canada. You know, um, but I mean, I think Japan is like every judo player wants to come here once. It's almost like a pilgrimage for every judo player coming to Japan.
I see, I see, I see, I see. Oh, wow. But we were talking about the different styles for different country. This might be a hard question, but does America even have a style? Or are we just trying to learn from other countries?
I I think that American judo is it's very small. You
Uh-huh.
know, we don't. I mean, we maybe have 10, 15,000 people in the U.S. practicing the sport,
Uh-huh.
which that sounds like a lot of people. However, considering the population of the U.S.,
Right, 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 right. Yeah, uh-huh.
that doesn't come close to like I think like 1% of the population.
Right. And that's not like competitors. That's just like kids,
That's everybody. I,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's like 10 to 15,000 people. You know, I think it's definitely a sport that can grow in the U.S., especially
Mm-hmm.
for kids. You know, I think it has been growing a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
um, because you know because of jujitsu in the U.S. Jujitsu is huge,
Oh,
and I
because of
think it's been,
jujitsu. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
been helping judo a little bit. But
Right.
I think if judo can create its own demographic, I think it would be better for the sport.
Ah, I see. I see. So the crossover from jujitsu isn't like some gyms they see it as a little bit, because jujitsu gis they have all the NASCAR emblems on it's like it's not clean. It's like kind of fatty. They have all the pit bull logos and stuff like that. So I can see why they're like, oh, that's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
for hoodlums.
I myself practice jujitsu for fun
Yeah.
and as extra extra things to know that can help you in judo. A little bit of cross training that goes there, but I think I think judo as a sport is it's a very beautiful sport. It's a very clean sport,
Mm-hmm.
and I think for kids especially, it teaches discipline, it teaches respect. You know, it has a lot more than just uh the sport itself. You know,
I see. I see. Cool. Well, so you're leaving tomorrow, or do you have any plans before you go back home?
So today I'm gonna be training at Toyin University.
Otoin.
Uh-huh.
Where's that
And
at?
uh near Yokohama.
Near Yokohama. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, come back home probably a little bit later. Then, maybe like a few hours later. And
A few
then
hours later, so you train and then fly?
no, no, no. I come back after training, but I'm gonna come back maybe, 10, 10:30, and then I need to get everything in my bags
Yeah.
because I have also not been packing.
You can
So,
do that at the last minute. Yeah, whatever.
well, I have so many things and gifts and orders from people that asked me to bring them something from Japan that I just need to figure out where everything's gonna be.
Oh, you gotta get the Miyage, they call it, huh?
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, I can never
um,
decide what to get.
yeah, and it's Christmas time and I haven't been able to do much shopping, so I had to do all my shopping here in Japan.
Okay.
So I have to bring back everything I bought.
Uh, right. What kind of things did you get?
Just some clothes and your very basic Christmas gifts for family and friends and
It's funny, right? Because sometimes it's like when I actually put some thought into something, it doesn't get as much of a reaction as like I just get some stuff at the 100 yen shop and like, oh, this is really neat. Wow, it's got Godzilla on it. I got really classy family.
yeah,
You don't gotta spend money on the really fine art things. Just get
you
the
just go to Don Quixote and get whatever you.
Don Quixote, man. Hook it up. All right. Well, cool, man.
But yeah, thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, so yeah, it was great. I'm gonna like kind of edit this a little bit. I'm just gonna add some other stuff. So if you have any other pictures or links you want to share, you don't have to, but please like send them my way.
Yeah, 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 of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because sometimes this is mostly audio, but I'll put like little clips, and
Okay.
sometimes two dudes talking is kind of not as fun to look at. So I like to put pictures up.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this
Age.
is mainly audio that you record?
Yeah, yeah. I do the audio version, and then I just do short clips of video for like promotion.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right on. Well, man, have a good training session, man. Get some good throws in tonight, dude.
Thank you. You get some good training sessions in today too.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Thanks a lot.